Explain.
To this. Would anyone like to
I love
do a
that.
recap?
Trying to remember everything.
So I remember that we all kind of had like this little like meeting thing, and then we were sent out. It came across this like destroyed wagon where we got ambushed by a bunch of goblins. I know we found the cave, we found the bugbear. I forgot his name. Do we remember the name?
Several heads were exploded in the process.
Yes, that's very true.
We know Chilbu can fly. To some extent of the word flying.
And I'm pretty sure Mr. Bugbear's name was Clark.
Yeah, that was
Clark. We found. Yeah.
Sildar.
What are you saying? That we saved him?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
The captain's name is Sildar.
that guy, the captain of the first wave who was all murdered except for him.
I remember Virgil's clutch sleep that allowed us to deal with that whole group.
Followed by his snack.
Yes, followed by the snack.
Just gonna call it a glancing moment. Everyone just glanced over and saw some shit, and they're like, going on with my day.
Mr. Red Goblin had a good view from his acting on the ground.
Talking sword pays no mind.
Well, Nick, mark off a point of inspiration.
Alright.
Alright. The last goblin that is awake has fallen. There are 2 goblins just snoozing there. What do you do?
Virgil will spit a nasty hunk of like red saliva out. And walk over to this sleeping goblin here and just take Veritas and slowly thrust it into the sleeping body.
Alright. You kill it.
And,
There's no point in
and look at everybody and go, so that didn't go exactly to plan.
Plan is find man and run.
And this man would like to thank you both, all of you. You saved my life. Sildar, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Eve, bleeding still from
saw
her
that.
chest, is like, oh, pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir. I think you kind of returned the favor for us saving your life a minute ago. I thought I was toast back there. Thank you very much for that.
Well, it's
I'm sorry, guys. Chilbu has actually moved to where he is so that he could see both directions of where we where we are, just in case.
well, no. Thank you. You saved my life, and least I could do to repay. But unfortunately, My work here is not done. He kind of winces in pain. While you did heal him a little bit, he still looks like he is missing most of his health.
Hmm.
Not going anywhere without those wounds being dressed.
Unless
Right
your work
now,
here
none
is
of us.
dying, I think we should run.
Well, I can't very well leave without the supplies needed for Fandolin. Fandolin needs those supplies if we're not going to make it through the next week.
Jobu, you saw the flyer, correct? That's why you're here. The end game is a dragon. The first sign of danger, you want to run.
Shilbu is
No.
confused. If you die to goblin, how do you fight dragon?
You get stronger.
By beating the goblin. They got the drop on us before, but that won't happen again.
Master Virgil.
Yeah. Wipes the blood off his mouth.
There's still one sleeping.
No one's going to end that one. Just gonna let it rest.
I'm no murderer.
Sildar will take his sword, and unless anyone says anything, he will end it.
Shit, Virgil's cleaning off the blood on the sword now and walking his way up there, so seeing him kill it, he's gonna be like, oh, competent soldier, nice.
Nice form.
It'd be nicer if I had my proper gear.
Where'd that go?
I imagine with the rest of the goods they've stolen. Deep in the cave somewhere.
Is there anything in this area besides the goblins and him?
Bits of loose metal and general scrap, but other than that,
Okay.
there is some bedding for the goblins, you mentioned. So they're quite small.
Now, I don't really think that it was fair to rag on poor Chilbu for his statement earlier, because he's not wrong. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we're a little beat up right now. I know we're here to take down danger in the area and protect the town and its trade, but we won't protect anyone if we go in there and get ourselves killed because we're beaten up. We could just leave and rest briefly until the end of the day maybe, and then come back once we're, a little more healthy.
Master Virgil.
Yes.
I agree with the woman, Eve. It is
Yeah,
senseless for us all to go in at such a weakened state.
As long as the planet
He'll look.
knows.
He'll look at Sildar and be like, "In your capture, did you see any other entrances or exits? You
No. They
conscious at all?"
No, I was slipping in and out and couldn't quite understand anything.
Kobu, in your endeavors of walking up the stream and passing yourself off as a goblin, did you see any exits or entrances, maybe?
Cave goes in loop. It seems this is one exit.
If everybody wants to camp, fine. We must do it outside the mouth of the waterfall and have 2 people take watch. If they escape, they'll be held to pay. We're going to run, maybe getting more reinforcements, or who knows, maybe another bugbear might show up.
Miss Eve, you hear that voice again. We do need to get you patched up.
Oh, thank you for your concern, Mr. Veritas, was it?
Yes.
I'll be alright as long as nothing else goes haywire today, but I appreciate the concern.
Yes.
She kind of puts a hand over the bleeding arrow wound in her chest and glances slightly nervously over in Virgil's direction.
Chilbu is fine. I do this for you guys. Not everyone can suck out souls. Chilbu glares.
I
Where's-
rolled that just to see if he noticed the glare and her holding her bleeding wound. Oh, not to worry.
I'm not usually the plan guy, but what about the flood? You're gonna realize that we killed most of them. They'll be waiting.
Dear, that's a fair point, actually. Eve will turn to Sildar and be like, "Excuse me, sir, but you said that they'd stolen all the supplies. You didn't happen to," and she turns toward Chilbu, "neither of you happened to notice where they were, right?"
No, I didn't see where any of them were. I don't think they took me to that area.
Nope. I saw lots of goblins and ran.
Shieldbu, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh. That might go okay for once in my life. Where is my...
Actually, if you're proficient
What are you
in
talking
history-
about?
If you're proficient in history, you can roll that too.
I am not,
about-
but I guess since I am not, it's the same thing.
Right,
So I'm just gonna roll history instead.
Ooh!
Now,
He
it is
literally
a little-
played a wizard campaign.
It's a little difficult to remember because of how frightening it was, but in the room with the bugbear, you do remember there being supplies gathered up in the corner.
The giant is keeping them.
Of course he is. Well, that does complicate matters.
If you guys are worried about flood, you guys can run first and Chilbu will keep watch.
I'm also going to add something else since you rolled so high. With everything that you've seen, Shilbu, do you actually think you outnumber the goblins at this point?
I did mention that earlier. I thought there was only 3 of them, but the giant still scares Chilbu, so I don't know if he will push that point to let the party
Do with the
know.
information as you will. That is information you have.
I'll go along with whatever you guys think is best. I just put my opinion out there, and that's that. If we need to fight, we need to fight. But I do think rest might be a prudent choice as well.
Right. Lick our wounds, and then, with all of us, we should be able to take them. Especially with how you guys took this group. They stand no chance.
Oh, I'll go with the group, but if you want to fight, I'll be up in front. I'm doing better than all of you, I think.
Chilbu is fine.
Oh, you can be in front with me.
Don't forget, you got
Virgil.
your cool little weapon you got there, Chobu.
Yes.
Be able to
Boomstick
use
works
it this
closer-
time.
Works better from up close. Easier to hit things. Though sometimes it blows up.
Maybe don't stand next to me then.
Yes, Veritas, you were saying something.
Our bond has grown a bit. You might be able to do something new now.
Well, isn't that very exciting?
Ominous. Also, Troy, I'd like you to roll me a d100.
Why are you picking on me, man?
No, because
Okay.
the dice said I should pick on you.
Of course I did. D100! 82!
Interesting.
The enemies fall sudden ill and die.
The goblin corpses suddenly rise up and reanimate.
I have the power.
Do.
So, what are you guys doing?
Well, I suppose that leaves the decision to you then, friend Virgil. Whatever you think is best.
It's only a matter of time before these bodies are discovered. An alarm is raised. Whatever numbers are left in this cavern, they rush out the mouth of the cave
Oh shit.
to us while we sleep.
It is at this moment, Childu, you see something. A goblin on the bridge looking around.
Does Goblin also see Chobu?
Looks up. Roll me a stealth check.
This is what you get for just
Spell check our Chobu specialty.
I bet they are.
That I go through. Why are you lagging?
11.
That is an 11?
An 11, unfortunately, does not beat his 13. He looks up and you're just like, because he's speaking in common. Pointing at you.
And
Just kind of gesturing around like, what the fuck?
prisoners escaped. Go get Clark.
fighting.
What? Okay. They run off.
Shit.
Hey, what you doing?
Guys, we gotta go.
What did you do?
Hold on!
They saw me. They're coming. Guys, just run. Leave me behind.
Go down the path that we...
Chobu runs back to the bridge.
Question. Sildar. Does he look like super hurt?
He was dying just a moment ago.
He has like 4 HP, I believe.
You guys
Does
are not
he-
running. You guys are coming with me.
He looks super tough.
Well,
In his prime, maybe.
this is going to be a shit show what we're about to do. I know it.
Eve will toss him her potion of healing.
Here, have this. You might need it.
Are you sure?
Go ahead, I think he'll be of more use than I will.
If you're certain, and he'll drink it.
Did Bosch follow me?
Yes, I did.
Virgil's going to go off script. Before he does that, he looks at Eve and goes, "Make sure Those two don't die, please.
At this
Pointing
moment,
down this cave.
Oh no!
at that moment, Childu, you see 3 goblins coming across the bridge.
Yeah, I was hoping I could continue lying to stupid goblins, but I now have a looming creature right behind me.
You say anything?
It is. You can see them, right, Bosch?
I don't think I can, no.
Oh, really? You can?
A little bit around the corner. If I move up a little bit, probably, but...
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Right. So, would you like to try and hide from them? As you see them running, it is dark.
Yeah.
Vision
Has
is perfect.
Childu... Yeah. Has Childu given me any indication that I should not be standing where I am?
No, Chilbu thought that you and everybody else was going to run, so you following him is a surprise.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I will not hide and say, hey, maybe you should shoot them with your gun. Or your thing, I don't know what that thing's called.
You know that thing?
Oh.
If I was to call it anything, I'd call it a gun, but I don't know. Well, okay then. The goblin's gonna say, "Look out behind you!" And I'm gonna need your initiative.
Oh,
all
right.
the all the nope.
The hill turn happened so quick.
Are we all rolling?
Yes, because you are there. Ish.
I cannot see anything.
Oh man, this goblin's ready to party.
Red Goblin Chilbu will now take over his rightful place as leader of Cave.
My initiative, right where it
Oh,
should be.
God. Why did it beat me? Go away.
I'm sorry, these goblins roll really good.
God damn it, they both beat me. God, and that goblin's faster than me too, isn't it?
Roll off.
14 dex.
Roll a d20 for me. Because they also have 14 dex.
Roll off.
You go first. So
Hey.
Sildar gonna be in the initiative order. He's just gonna do whenever.
That's right. Sildar is here.
Yes, I'm going to give you all the NPCs.
Damn. I hope this is the end of me rolling good, or it's not going to be good for you guys.
Are you telling me I lost that roll off?
No, you didn't lose the roll off.
Oh.
But you lost.
God damn it.
Sildar.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. Sildar needs to run now. Hey. You can go ahead and just leave Clark off the initiative. He doesn't need to wake up. It's fine.
Yeah, I think you specifically asked for Clark.
Yes, what I thought you idiots were gonna run.
I'm a sword. I go where my master Virgil needs me.
I blame Veritas. Veritas.
You
should have
can't
started
always
running.
blame it on the ghost sword, you know?
All right then. Bosch, you see 3 goblins ahead of you across the bridge, rushing towards your position. One of them yelled out, "Look out behind you."
For flavor, I say I turn around a little bit and check behind me. Like, oh yeah. And I go, ah! Bonus action rage.
Alright.
And I will rush up to meet them.
Just pushing past Chilbu on your way.
Yeah, if I can't scooch past, I might.
Can
Jump
Chilbu
over
be knocked
you?
prone?
Well, you're so big and Chilbu is so small that you can pass him through the square easily.
Okay.
Sweet. Yes, and I will bring the axe down on this front goblin.
Alright, bring it down.
Where is my axe? There we go. I don't think the 10 is going to hit, though.
unfortunately, a 10 does not hit. As you swing, the goblin, so spooked by this sudden rush, jumps back. And I believe that is the end of your turn.
Yes, it is.
In which case, it is the goblin you just attacked's turn. He's gonna jump back forward and try and take his own swing at you. Uh-oh. Yeah, 22 hits you.
Yes.
You are raging, so
Uh-huh.
6 reduced to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Slashing damage as he cries out, just like ah! Just very intimidated by you. That's his go. Other goblin takes out his short bow, attempts to take a shot at you. What's your AC?
14.
And the shot goes wide and just pinks off the cave wall as he misses horribly. It's Sildar's turn. So we're just going out this way then? And he will just hold his action to follow Eve. Chilbu, it's your turn.
Run, brother goblins, he has strange boom boom magic. And Chilbu will flutter up and aim between Bosch's legs and try to fire at the goblin.
Alright.
Oh, it's about to be breezy down there.
That's not a 1.
That was close to a 1.
Damn it, stupid thing.
Unfortunately, that misses.
Well, hopefully the goblins think that Bosch did the strange boom boom magic and not Chilbu.
Bosch, roll an intimidation check. Alright, I'm actually going to have you roll off against Clark
Yeah.
to see who's more intimidating. Unfortunately, Clark is more intimidating than that.
Yeah, that figures.
Alright, anything else, Chilbu?
Chilbu. Nope, not right now. That's, yeah, because Chilbu used all his movement to get there, probably, so yeah.
Alright, it's the next goblin's turn. Unfortunately, he doesn't have as clear of a shot on Bosch, so I'm going to say that Bosch has half cover for this. Unfortunately, that's a 19. So even with a +2, it will still hit you.
Okay.
4 reduced to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it's Virgil's turn. Go ahead, roll me a perception check, because unfortunately, the waterfall in the cave makes it hard to hear things in the cave, but a gun was just fired, so we'll see if that overpowers it. Yes.
24.
You heard the sound of that gun going off again.
Master Virgil.
Looks like we're fighting after all. You will run quickly over this direction using all his movement. See that we have quite a bit of people here, and this front goblin needs to make a wisdom save.
I'll do my best not to natural 20. God. It wasn't a natural 20. It was
Hey, I don't.
It was a natural 19.
Hey, we're moving down the numbers, man. We're moving down. By session 15, you should be rolling below 10s.
Oh.
The worst part is they have a negative whiz mod.
Oh.
Anything anything else for your turn? I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's all.
Alright. Eve, you just saw Virgil run off. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Veritas is got 11. I don't know why he's not on the.
Oh, he's not on the initiative. Oh, my.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right after me.
My apologies. Go ahead and roll the perception check, though. I'll go ahead and do this. And that. Push button. Alright. You didn't hear the gunshot, but you did see Virgil run off. But real quick, Veritas, what do you want to do?
So as Virgil like signaled towards that same goblin, Veritas, you starts to imagine himself impaling the goblin. Give me a intelligence save.
Alright. He rolled a 2.
All right. 5 psychic damage.
As he reaches up, screams in pain. He looks almost dead.
All right. And the next saving throw it makes, you subtract 1d4 from him.
Alright, be sure to remind me on that. I will forget, probably.
All right.
I won't.
I know you will.
Eve is going to recast her dancing lights cantrip so she can see where she's going.
Let me grab you a light.
Thank you.
Whew. I thought I deleted it. But nope. Recovered. Here you go. It should still be
Awesome.
under control.
Thank you. She very quietly strums her lyre and a little wrought iron lantern pops out and lights her way. And she has no idea where anyone went. Hang on, let me see when I can move this light. Is it just a free action? Oh, it's a bonus action to move it up to 60 feet. Okay, well, that'll be her bonus action. To move it down the hallway this way. Was this the way we were going? Dunno, she couldn't see that far ahead.
You would know that Virgil went to the north.
That is true.
She fully ran down the wrong hallway. I can see the light from where I am, but I can't see you.
But if you want to set up a crossfire, that's welcome also.
That's also the other exit for Clark, but good luck.
Oh, no. Okay, well, if she would have seen Virgil go north, then I guess she would have gone north too. Can I retroact? Well, it hasn't.
Yes, you can retroact.
Okay.
I was like, what the heck is that little circle?
Send the light down that way and follow after it.
It's a commandeered will-o-wisp.
Go sword. You finally
Alright.
appeared.
That's my turn.
Alrighty then. With that, we come around to Bosch. Alright, so I was following it. He also is human, so he needs your light as well. Bosch, what do you got for us?
All right. Well, rules question, because I know people do this differently. Is taking a potion an action?
Bonus action for yourself.
Amazing. Then I will rage chug a potion down. The potion of healing that I have, which should be 2d4 plus 4?
Plus 2, I'm pretty sure.
It's 2, okay.
Yeah, you add the number of whatever dice it is for healing potions.
Ah, brilliant.
It's clever like that.
Mm-hmm.
That work. There we go. 7. Okay. And so I will chug a potion down and kind of show it to the goblin in front, like, ha ha ha, and take another swing at him.
Uh-oh.
Got a 14.
A 14 will unfortunately miss. I'm sorry.
Ah. Okay.
As it
That's
just
what I got.
barely- As you go for a sweep across where his neck is, and he just ducks, and you cut off most of his hair as he ducks down.
Well, that's okay. I'm fine being the one soaking the damage up front.
Right.
That's all I got.
He will attempt to retaliate, and he will miss as he tries to to stab forward, but he aims too low and goes between your legs.
Ah.
Next goblin with his bow also misses.
Thank God.
The hair got into it, blew into his face, and just like. Sildar's just like, oh, there's something happening I can't quite see up there, and he will once again hold his action to follow Eve.
Neither can I, sir.
Childu.
Boo. Also not a that one, but Boom Boom Stick is not working well.
Man. So sorry, that's a miss.
Run, brothers! They brought reinforcements! And I will fall off of the bridge down here.
Roll me a performance check.
It's not a lie, they did bring reinforcements.
Right,
I guess that's why you're not telling me bluff.
How badly you're hamming it up.
Oh man, it's extra hammy.
The one goblin that's fighting Bosch goes, no! He rolled a 6 on his... Actually, he rolled a 5 on his inside.
Fucking hell. On that gift.
Alright, anything else for your turn?
I'm assuming me falling down the bridge without killing myself probably took up my movement. Like I probably got to flutter down the bridge a little bit.
You have 10 feet of movement left.
Okay, I will use that to move a little bit further into the cave this way.
Hey Max, I don't hear the music.
You don't? Oh no.
I do. Does everybody else, or?
Yeah, I can hear it through roll 20.
I can hear it again now. Thank you.
I just restarted. Alright, that concludes Childu's turn. This goblin, once again, is gonna try and shoot with his horrible angle. And with this unfortunate added angle, he misses. Rolled a 14, but with half cover.
Nice.
Virgil, that's your chance.
Master, I have softened him up.
You have. Yeah, for my action, saving throw, minus a d4.
So, what's your DC?
13.
It's what?
13, normal.
13. Ooh, that's only a 1 on the d4, but luckily he rolled a 12 on the die, which makes a total of 10.
Ooh, he actually, this cantrip finally works.
Alright,
And he's already hurt.
and he is hurt, so roll the d12.
Fuck you, you're dead!
Ooh.
All of a sudden, a bell goes off in this poor goblin's head, and he falls to the ground, and...
It exploded, of course.
You swear there's a puff of raven feathers. Anything else, Virgil?
I have a question about the bridge. How far of a drop is it?
20 feet.
Yep, I ain't fluttering down like some people can, so fuck.
Chilbu waves.
I'll just stand in the middle, I guess, and support Bosch. That'd be my turn.
Alrighty then. Veritas.
Well done, Master. Now to the next one. The next goblin in line, make a intelligence save.
He rolled a 15.
15. All right. Yep, he saves.
Sorry. Anything else?
And he will sit tight.
Alrighty. Gonna send the light ahead a little bit.
I do believe that light only has a 10 feet radius, right?
You can move it, I think, up to 60. Oh, you mean the light? Yeah, it sheds 10 feet of dim light.
Right.
Oh, so I can't send it too far ahead or I won't be able to see where I'm going. Yep, that'll be good enough.
She'll be able to see the light.
I believe you can create more than one, right?
Oh, shoot, you're right. Yes, I can create up to 4.
Would you create 4?
Whoop.
I mean, I guess we're past health at this point, so probably. I'm so sorry.
Spam the tokens on the board. Spam them.
Unless you're trying to create some
Have
sort of
control of
humanoid
all of
creature.
them.
Okay, well,
Your lights.
a lot of lights now.
Someone's Queen of the Wisps.
Alright, gonna send these scattering all around.
I do believe they do need to be within a certain radius of each other.
Let's see.
Which I believe is 20 feet.
Yes,
Just
between
outside of its radius, because it's 10 feet, right? Okay.
within 20 feet of another light created. Okay, so.
Gotta keep that red skin under wraps.
Yeah, like that's fully a death sentence for Chilbu right now.
Wait, what is?
Light.
Oh no.
The reason why they think I'm a friend is because I can't see colors.
Oh,
Don't worry, Shilbo, you are currently in darkness.
Perfect.
that's good, because Eve would have no idea where Chilbu is. So, sorry. Still can't see anything, but I don't want to go any farther anyway. Alright, that's my turn.
Sonar follows, which brings us back to Bosch. The goblin in front of you has collapsed.
Mhm.
So there
I
are-
will.
There are two goblins with bows directly ahead of you. They're
Yeah,
slightly
I will-
squishier than that guy.
Nice. I will step forward. I think there's enough space that I don't have to step on the goblin because they're kind of small. So yeah, step forward and be like, keep trying. And I will take another hit with the great sword, another swing with the great axe. Words. How about that?
Oh my god!
Bisect.
Disgusting with this fucking axe.
You just bisect this poor goblin, killing him 3 times over. Actually, 3 times over. And I'll just delete his token because he's gone now. Good
Okay.
night.
Will you allow me to use the rest of my movement to move adjacent to the next one?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. I'm just standing there panting like,
Surgeon over here with that axe. Jesus.
when it hits.
Roll me one more intimidation check
Okay.
with advantage.
Ooh.
Oof.
I had him roll against you, and he rolled a 17.
Ah.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, or
That's good for me right there.
he's gonna disengage and run
Yeah.
that away. Is something going on up there?
Chilbu sees all.
Silver can actually see a little bit, so he will move up to here, to the edge of darkness. And unfortunately, that'll be his turn. You can't see. Chilbu.
Chilbu sees into this room, and there's no shenanigans. I'm not seeing them activating any sort of flood.
No.
Okay.
But you do see
Chilbu
him
is going.
to the room.
Yep. Chilbu's gonna flutter back, fully just try to circle back around, and on the way tell them, "Good job, guys. Go ahead and keep moving forward." 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna end up at the foot of this thing. I want to try to help flank later, hoping that my team will rush him from the front side.
All right. Virgil.
So it probably just looks like Chilbu ran to you guys.
He'll use his movement to go here.
All right.
And he'll try and make this creature make a wisdom save, see if it works on him.
Nope. That's a 19 on the die.
Alright. My turn.
Veritas.
Give me a intelligence saving throw. You know the deal.
He rolled a 14.
That's just my DC.
That is unfortunate.
And that'll be it.
Eve.
Alrighty, gonna send the lights a little further. Hey, I see people. And follow after them. Oh, that's a light. I don't know if I want to get in front. Nope, I'm just gonna stay right where I'm at.
Ah, yes, the darkness makes everyone hesitant. Bosch, you can see in the dark, so you're fine.
I can't see any of you. It scares me.
Oh,
Oh, so it's my turn now.
Yeah.
No.
Well, unless Eve, you had an action you wanted to.
nope, I'm sorry. Is my light token in your way? Colin, can you move your token? Oh God.
He should be able to grip his token.
Okay.
If not,
But nope.
if I can adjust.
For her action, Eve will hold a melee attack with her rapier in case anything hostile gets within range.
Alright. Bosch.
Alright, I will move up to here. Oh, hey, there's a goblin there. Nice. I see the goblin and the bugbear. Like, oh, big dude. And I will try to embed my great axe in the goblin's back if he's facing away from me.
He's certainly trying to run.
I do not have advantage.
As you cleave
Oh.
this one in twain as well, killing him twice over. Only twice. You see in front of
Right.
you Clark, the bugbear.
And seeing him, I will say, what? You're not 25 feet tall. And that's all I've got.
I need to roll for initiative for Clark. Of course he did. He got a natural 20 for his initiative.
Tell me that raises it over 22.
Bosh, I need you to roll off with me.
Oh, okay. Am I rolling initiative? Is that what you want?
Roll a d20.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Damn it, that means it's at 22, which means it's his turn now.
You win.
Yeah, he goes first. But luckily, it was just your turn.
Oh, look at that. You made it. Good job, Colin.
But anyway, let's start the boss music.
Shit.
Where do I hear boss music? Oh,
good.
Master Virgil, I do not have a good feeling about this.
Alright.
Neither do I, but we must do it.
Jilbu, you start hearing boss music.
The lighting has changed. Chobu, I remember this being actually 30 feet high, so Chobu has to use all his movement just to flutter up here. And then he will land and start, oh no, it's a wall. I can't get through anymore.
Oh, right. I have to move through. Second.
Oh no, he's still there. Is that where he's supposed to be?
Yes, that's where he's supposed to be. He hasn't moved yet.
All right.
We're still in initiative, baby.
God damn it. Boss, I think they're coming from the waterfall.
I can see that, idiot.
Okay. Jilbu will hold his action. He will hold his gunfire until Clark is no longer looking straight at him.
I mean, he's not really looking at you right now. He's more focused on this new challenger approaching him.
Okay. Alright, I'll try my best. With this new crazy weapon. And Clark, I will fully fire at Clark then. Let's see what happens this time. Oh.
Oh, dude, this pistol is not good for you, man. This is not Wendell.
Hey, he's over there.
Sorry!
I rolled another intelligence check for him, and he rolled a 3.
I love this.
Alright. I take it that's all you got?
That is all I have, sir.
Virgil, you heard another gunshot go off.
Hey, can I?
Something wrong?
Yeah, my weapon's like frozen.
Frozen?
Yeah, like I don't know. Let me just reload my map real quick.
Yeah. Because I do see you moving him.
Yeah, mine is like it shows me moving them, but it's like, no, you're not doing this. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. How did I see this bugbear bastard? Sick.
What do you got from your choice?
Master Virgil.
Stupid of me. But
I'm sure it'll be more efficient than whatever the hell Chobu's doing.
30 feet of movement.
Ah, you're approaching me.
Damn it.
Oh.
That'll look like I'm doing. And he's going to try to use Veritas to this ugly son of a bitch. I'm going to use luck. I'm going to use luck.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Roll again.
Oh!
That will hit.
Forgot to do that last game. Sorry, guys.
Virgil, do not forget about me.
Shit, Chilbu needs this luck.
And, so...
You cut in deep.
And he gets to roll another D1d8. Plus 2, so that's another 7 piercing. Or slashing.
Remind me what
Because-
that's from.
The sword has a reaction when a melee attack hits. You can do another weapon roll.
Okay. Yeah, you cut in deep. So it's 17 total?
17 total.
That devastated this poor bear.
Yep, it's my turn. Thank God I took Lucky fucking Christ. They're natural bullshit.
Veritas?
And Veritas is going to say to Master Virgil, arm yourself. As like the sword itself starts to like glow. We will destroy him next swing.
Oh, shit. It's new. This is new.
Alright. Eve.
Oh boy! You just see none of this going down. Gonna move her light train up a little more.
I think she can move quite far.
Yeah,
60 feet.
feet. Yeah. And she will follow afterwards. 10. Oh!
Now, hopefully you see light ahead of you.
A little bit.
You still back there?
Yeah!
That circle was.
Yep.
Little legs, man. Little legs.
That's the best I can
That's
do! It's dark!
You're keeping our prisoner.
I'm small!
Or are you keeping our prisoner healthy?
Ish! Alright, that's
Oh,
all I
man.
got. I lost some of my lights. I don't know where they went. That's okay.
Actually, yeah, where did the fourth one go? Oh, they got stacked on top
Oh.
of each other.
Whoops. Thank you.
All righty then.
And holding my melee attack for if anyone gets in range.
Alright. The bugbear, known as Claw,
Escape this way, sir. I'll hold them off.
looks down at the human who just took a huge gash at him, just like, Clark does not lose. And he,
Okay.
and he hits you with a 19 on the die.
I will use another luck point and roll if it can be lower. A 19 on the die. Fuck you, man.
What's your AC?
AC 17, but I'm using a luck point to see if he misses
All
my
right.
roll.
With that luck, you You get this premonition of your imminent demise directly ahead of you, and you instinctively move your shield in front of the blow, because that would have hurt.
Oh man, I'm shaky over here. Shit!
For reference, the reroll was a 15.
Ooh.
Bosh! See a bugbear banging into your friends.
Yeah, and I see that he got pretty hurt, right?
He did get really hurt.
Yeah. Then I just run straight up and actually kind of jump for the last 5-ish feet, bringing the great axe down on him. Hopefully. I don't think it's going to hit though, right?
As you bring the great axe down with an unnatural speed, he blocks it with his great maul. No, it's a morning star. My bad. I would call it a great maul. The book calls it a morning star. So potato times.
It is pretty great.
It is great, though. And he looks at you just like, I can take you both. Isn't that right, Goblin number... Who are you? It's still interesting, I believe. Unless you have something else, Bob.
That's all I got.
Sildar will run to here and just like, there he is. That's the bugbear.
No kidding.
He will use his action to dash and join the fray. As a note, he's not wearing armor.
Ooh.
Jilbu, it's your turn.
Oh,
You got this, master.
Oh no,
Duck.
dude.
My God.
Chill, boo.
A little bit to the left. As in the melee, it is hard for this stupid bugbear to realize he's being shot at.
Hey, master, you don't need me. You'll finish them by yourself.
Damn
Jobu
right
cries
I
in the
will.
corner.
Clog doesn't lose, and it's Virgil's turn. How
Oh,
does Clog lose?
Hopefully he loses. But, Virgil will raise his shield up and move over here to possibly get the whole flanking thing. I'm not entirely sure,
Plus,
but yeah, okay.
it's like reverse cover.
And he will use Veritas to try and bring this creature down.
All right, let's see it.
At that.
Would you add the booming blade and the extra weapon die to that?
So unfortunately, Booming Blade doesn't do damage on hit at this current moment. Unfortunately.
Okay.
If he was to move, all right.
Understandable.
So because we do perfect crit around here, you do 11 damage right off the bat, plus a d8. So 12 damage is enough to beat his 10 health. As you stab him into the gut. Do you have any extra flavor you can take?
So when Virgil wields Veritas and stabs this bugbear, he does it at an angle because the bugbear's taller than him. Stabbing diagonal up through like where his rib cages would be, through the lungs into the heart, and feeling the pulse of this creature fade rapidly. He takes the blade out, and at the very end, he takes his hand, runs his hand across the blade, licks it, and goes. It's like those fucking goblins. Filth.
I agree, Master Virgil.
Clark doesn't loot. And he falls over. Dead.
Happened to resting. I thought that's what you all wanted to do.
Chilbu looks on in confusion and disgust as he watches this man lick his sentient blade. But to each their own.
Veritas, you've been licked.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, it wouldn't.
We out of initiative order?
You are indeed out of initiative.
You literally skids around the corner and is like, "Oh, what's going on? Oh my lord, what the hell's happened up here?"
You see this giant furry creature that blood oozing everywhere, and everyone else standing over top of it.
Veritas says to Eve, in kind of a prouder voice, "Master Virgil gloriously slayed him with my blade."
Oh,
Chilbu was helpful.
that's good to hear. Well done, team. Glad to be of service.
Eve, roll me a perception check really fast.
Okay.
And real quick, what is everyone else doing?
I guess I'm getting licked.
Oh, only for the moment.
Real quick, I just want to know what everyone's
Sensually, slowly,
doing at this moment.
full round.
As I'm seeing Eve walking into the room, I'll be like, "Watch your step," and kind of guide her around the remains of the goblin.
There's a fire in this room, guys.
There is a fire.
I think.
Is it lit?
Oh, it's not lit? Oh, okay, good.
No, is it lit?
Right.
I want to make sure that it's emitting light.
Oh. I mean, it's orange. I just wasn't sure. Oh, I have dark vision, so for me, it's lit either way.
Right. But for Eve, it's lit, right? The room is illuminated?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if that's because of the fire, because of the... No, it wouldn't because of the lights, because those are only 10.
Right.
Max, Control L. If you click on a token, you can see their vision.
Is that true?
Yeah. So you click on a token,
Oh my
press Control L.
gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
You listen to the master of Roll20, okay?
My man doubted. Did you hear the doubt?
That's really useful.
Yes, it
Means a
is.
lot.
So real quick, Chilbu, what are you doing at this exact moment?
Chilbu is looking for goodies to take to the city.
Well, goodies are over here.
Chilbu has located goodies to take to the city.
Bosch, what are you doing?
Well, as I was saying, I was going to help Eve over the goblin remains. And otherwise, I was kind of appreciative of Virgil, so we're kind of like, "Good job, broody guy."
And then, Virgil, what are you doing specifically?
It's coming from the man that laughs the entire time during battle.
Yeah, it's fun.
Virgil is going to see if this bugbear has anything on him worth of note.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check. Okay.
9.
All right. Eve. You hear a voice coming from right next to you. Like you swear it's right next to you. And you hear it say, "And then the beast got back up again."
He spins in the direction that the voice seems to be coming from.
Troy. Does a soft 20 hit you?
It will.
Would you like to luck that?
Yeah, I have to. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna go down.
All right. That premonition kicks in once again as you see the bugbear that you know is dead swings at you. Everyone reroll initiative.
Oh my god!
All right.
As the bugbear, with a clean gash, still oozing blood, stands up and just mutters, "Clark doesn't lose."
Damn it, I didn't click right.
Quick question: am I on the ground? Did you put me down, Master Virgil?
No. Virgil always has his weapon on him.
All right, Bosch, you're the first to react as you notice behind you. Actually, no, in front of you. You were looking at Virgil. The bugbear stands up.
Okay. I would have been out of rage, so I'm not raging anymore. But I'm still. There's still one clear action, and that is Great Axe.
You embed it, and it doesn't look like it does as much damage as it's supposed to.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
But you
what-
definitely cleave into him.
What part of his body did I hit?
You swung down onto his shoulder, and he doesn't look like he cared that much about it.
Okay. That's all I can do.
Eve,
mm,
the bugbear, the beast, stood back up.
God. Boy, okay, Eve is looking a little panicked. Can't do a whole lot right now, so is going to try something weird that might not work, but worth a shot.
All right, I like weird.
She is going to cast Minor Illusion, and it's a 5-foot cube, and Eve is 3.5 feet. So she's going to attempt to make an illusion of herself in this square right next to the bugbear, in the hopes of confusing it too. Whee!
Yep.
Hey. And oh man, just gonna send some. Ooh, there's already light in there. There's no point in that. Yeah, she's gonna stay where she's. No, she's gonna. Can't hide as a bonus action. Gonna stay where she is.
Alrighty. Chilbu, you were looking through some stuff, and you hear a commotion behind you.
Ah, shit.
You hit.
Haha! I was with them all along. And Chilbert flutters back towards that area where he was before.
Your damage
Oh no!
seems to do full damage.
Look at that! Chilbu's the star now.
Clark looks to you, Virgil, very unhappy,
Yes, he would.
and he takes a swing. That's going to hit you.
I'm probably gonna go down.
Let me just find the right die real quick. Okay. Okay. You to take 8 points of damage.
How you feeling, buddy?
Oh.
And then,
Mom. Barely.
and then the bugbear will take a second swing at Bosch. But misses with a natural 1.
Ah,
Master Virgil.
It's your turn, Virgil.
Veritas feels Virgil's grip grow pretty weak. And he's going to muster all his strength into trying to take this beast down once again. +2, so 16.
16. That just barely hits. Roll damage.
I can thank God.
And roll another d8 while you're at it.
God. And
So 12, because you add 2
12.
to that.
Alright. What kind of damage are you adding, Veritas?
It is slashing.
Slashing.
I mean, I think Veritas is a magical being, right? I don't know how to rule that.
Your slash does not do as much damage as you thought it would.
Ah,
Anything else?
We'll move behind the bugbear. He's focusing me and Bosch. He's just going to like put one in front and one in back. Make him choose who to focus.
Veritas.
Veritas is going to hold his action. You see what looks like a bit of electricity starting to form around the blade.
Alright.
We will put him down, Master Virgil.
Alright, Sildar will try to take a swing. And as he brings down his shoddy goblin scimitar that he picked up, it breaks against the bugbear's gauntlets, which are made of metal and quite pointy.
useless prisoner.
Sildar has been disarmed. Bosch.
oh. I mean, not a lot of choices of what I can do. Going to continue plugging away with the axe. I should have a +2 because Virgil's in the other direction.
That is
Okay.
correct.
That's a little help.
Alright. You cleave into him. You see that this corpse of a bugbear. Barely standing, but still standing. Anything else, Bosch?
That's all I've got.
Alright. Eve.
Oh, well, seeing as this creature did not take her bait and is still swinging at her allies, she will,
Unfortunately. Sorry.
and rush in there
Oh my.
and, yeah,
Yeah, just occupy the space that was once occupied by the illusion. Let it drop. And take a stab at it with her rapier.
Alright. Stab at me. A 19 will hit.
For whole damage.
You see, for a moment, the light in the bugbear's eyes leave. And then come back.
Oh god.
Hmm.
This isn't working, fellas!
Chilbu. Unless you have a bonus action. That's all right.
Nope.
Then yes, Chilbu.
Maybe we should run? But Chilbu will go ahead and fire anyway. Nope, back to regular Chilbu.
That will miss. It is the bugbear's turn. I'm gonna roll something.
Actually, I'm sorry, Max. Would you allow me to pull some shenanigans?
What kind of shenanigans?
Is there any way that Chilbu can move to here and tell Sildar to draw my scimitar when he gets a chance?
Certainly.
Cool.
He is going to attack Bosch. But I believe a 10 misses.
It does.
And then his second swing will be at Sildar. That hits.
Goodbye, Sildar. It was nice knowing you.
Here, buddy, use this one. Oh no.
As
Oh,
Sildar
no.
gets smacked by this. If it wasn't for the healing potion he received earlier, he probably would have been down. Virgil.
Worth it.
Master Virgil.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Fuck. Just die, damn it, Max. Just die.
Well, then kill him and do that.
Dead.
Well, do it again.
Yeah, he's literally on death's door, so he's gonna try and fight this bastard. So it won't hit.
You lunge out to bite at him, and he swings around and batters you back with the back of his hand. No dice, I'm afraid. Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Veritas.
Veritas starts to stop glowing. That's with that lightning around the blade.
Got that shit.
It seems our bond still needs more. As a whisper comes out around the blade, and I need him to make a intelligence saving throw.
Virgil?
No, not Virgil. Big guy.
You rolled a 14.
Just my DC.
Sorry. Sildar, taking Shobu's advice, will weakly draw the scimitar. It's another goblin scimitar, isn't it?
Yep. Yes, it is.
Alright.
Don't break this one.
As he breaks
Just Dark
another
Souls
one.
and Silver.
As he breaks another one.
God damn it.
Just Star is a character in Dark Souls right now.
He didn't get a chance to do this last turn because he was so shocked by the first one breaking, just like, alright, fuck this. He actually's had multi-attack the whole time. He's gonna try and punch the bugbear.
God.
He rolled natural 20.
Asshole. This asshole would break my sword and then punch this dude to death.
I'll bring a scimitar to a fist fight.
Oh my god.
What is this? You see it punch him, and despite natural 20, doesn't hurt him. He doesn't have enough strength to put him down.
God damn it.
Damn it, Sildar! Oh well, that's a natural 20 that the bugbear doesn't get. Bosh.
Okay. I mean, but he has to be looking pretty bad by now, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. The cut that went up his chest looks like it's gone, and now his arm looks like it's about to fall off.
Well, let's take care of that problem. I want to try to remove his arm
All right,
with the great axe.
remove it.
Yeah. Do I get? Well, I guess 14 wouldn't hit either. Huh?
Unfortunately, 14 does not miss as he whips around this limp noodle of an arm at this point, and the gauntlet on it clatters with your great axe. Anything else, or
Oh,
Eve?
Oh,
This bugbear is going wild.
When Eve originally took a stab and saw the light fade from his eyes and then come back, did she recognize that as a sign that this is not working in general, or did it just look like he was real hurt but then had a second wave?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh.
Or Arcana, if you have it.
I'm not sure Arcana if that works.
You're not sure. This
Oh
bugbear-
god.
This bugbear was dead and is now not dead. Or maybe undead. You're not sure.
oh boy. Okay, do I still have an action?
Yes, you have an action.
Alright. Gonna try and stab him in the face.
Stab him.
Aim for the eyes. Yeah! I did a thing.
Let's go!
Eve.
Huh.
How do you kill it?
Oh boy, Eve saw the light fade from his eyes and then return. She doesn't want it back, so she's gonna try and pierce his eye with her rapier.
As you, a halfling, somehow stab a bugbear
Oh god.
8 feet tall.
Never mind. He climbs up his
Stabs him and
body.
Eve goes down.
I believe I can fly.
Yes. The bugbear collapses. And then starts to dissolve into this black ooze. And is gone.
Huh. Well, that was a thing that happened.
Eve, roll me another Arcana check. And actually, everyone make an Arcana check. Now that I think about it,
Sure, that should be amusing.
I'm good at those.
Chilbu's having life crisis.
I have
A
a
midlife
-2, but
crisis, just life.
Just life.
all right. Eve and Veritas. That looked awfully similar of what happens when you slay a creature from another plane of existence.
Eve's eyes are very
Because I'm not a ruthless killer, I didn't notice that.
Miss Eve.
Well, I'm sorry you rolled an 8 on your Arcana.
Oh, 6. I'm dying.
I have a -2 to Arcana.
Yeah, which means you just barely made the DC.
Oh,
What is it, Veritas?
Right.
It reminded me of one of my journeys from a different place of existence.
That's what I was thinking as well. Everyone, fellas, whatever that was, it wasn't from this plane, it wasn't from the prime material. Where the hell did it come from?
Eve, roll one more perception check.
Oh, God, the voice. Oh, no.
You're not sure, but you swear you heard the faint sound of chuckling.
Huh? Who goes there? Is there anyone in here?
Silence.
Oh. Fellas, I think
Who are
we
you,
better take what's
who are
ours.
you talking to?
I heard something earlier. Right before that thing came back to life, I thought I heard someone say something in my ear. But nobody was there when I looked.
Damn it, Veritas. Stop creeping people out.
Did it sound anything like Veritas's voice?
No.
I don't think that's the case this time.
In fact, with your earlier, you had a very high roll. Yes, you had a 21 on your last roll. Thinking back on it, you think it actually sounded like a child.
Oh. Huh. I think this warrants further investigation, but now is not a good time. I think we better take our stuff and get out.
Yeah, you're right.
Chilbu picks up the lightest thing and starts dragging it out of the cave. Chilbu has like a 2 strength.
Sildar will go to Chilbu and be like, sorry I destroyed your sword. I'll get you a replacement. Once I can report this in.
It better be a nice one. That was my favorite sword.
Does it look like the stuff that's in here is just? Well, I guess we don't know what the supplies look like, but do they just look like supplies?
Sildar will chime in just like, yeah, this looks like supplies, and not only just supplies from what I was guarding, but other supplies as well. This is probably why they've been short so much over the past few weeks. There should be enough room in the cart. You guys don't chance to have horses, do you? They kind of killed ours.
We did, assuming they're
Yeah,
still by the road where we left them.
Excellent.
Worst case, we have Bosch.
Then yeah, let's get all this loaded. And does anyone not help with the supplies?
I mean,
Besides Veritas.
I mean, if what you can call Chilbu, what Chilbu is doing, help, yes, I'm still technically helping.
Eve helps, but she seems very distracted, and in her walking back and forth, she keeps looking into the cave and slowing down.
Master Virgil, how are you holding up?
I've been better.
He'll be
Just need a
fine.
rest.
Eve,
Hmm.
roll me a d100.
Oh god, okay.
His backstory is killing us right now.
Whose backstory?
Whose backstory is fucking killing us right now?
Now, roll me a d6.
Oh god, okay.
Now, roll me another d100.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
What is this? A combination?
I'm so
Roll
scared.
down numbers. Another D6.
Ah,
And
That's
another
how many
D100.
knows.
that's stupid. Roll again.
Wait, what?
Roll it again. I don't like that
Oh
number.
my god.
Start over, Eve.
You know what? Never mind. I'll just give you the one I want. Never mind. You hear a banging noise coming from next to the fireplace. It sounds like wood.
When the fuck did we get a fireplace?
And as you turn around to see the noise, you see a chest where the body of Clark once was.
Does it have a Zelda heart in it?
Da-da-da-da.
Need that shit.
Eve will look very concerned for a moment, but reluctantly approach the chest. She will look around, say to herself, "Oh, this is a terrible idea," and uh, attempt to open it.
It is not locked. You open it. And inside is doing math in my head. No, I'm just gonna use the dice roll. This is too many dice.
Oh shit! What?
That's one.
Rip.
That's that. So that's 21.
Nice knowing you guys.
That's 21 points of damage. No, I'm just kidding. So inside, you see money.
Oh, well, that's a lot more innocent than I thought it might be.
Let's see. That should be 2,100 copper. And 1,400 silver. Uh-oh, is something... Oh, no. Can anyone hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
I can hear you. How much was silver?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just really quiet, and I saw the anybody and door not load, and thought something went wrong. It just...
I think
Oh, that's my
Jason
roll
might be
20.
having a hard time.
That's my roll 20. I think you might have turned my night vision off or something because I'm just alone in the cave.
Oh, are you? Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Welcome to hell.
It says you're...
Welcome home.
Chilbu, follow the sound of my voice.
How about now? Do you see?
I'm back, yeah.
Then, yeah. I should make a loot channel. then three, 60 gold pieces.
Now, is anybody strong enough to carry all that copper, or should we just leave it?
Bosch?
Probably if I'm only carrying the money.
How much? 2,100 copper. How much silver?
I
1400.
It's okay.
typed it in chat.
Oh.
And
Fuck.
you don't really have to worry about the carrying capacity because inside you find a bag as well.
I don't like this. I don't know. I don't like this at all. Being too nice. We're gonna die.
And you find a orb, kind of about the size of like a softball.
Well,
It's an orbit devastation. We're dead.
Chilbu flies up curiously. Now that there's items instead of just money.
I found some spoils, guys, but this is awful shady. This just wasn't here a second ago.
And
Hmm.
she will very cautiously pick up the bag, leaving the orb where it is.
Mm-hmm. Do you empty out the bag?
Yep.
Out
Oh fuck.
out of the bag flutters a note.
What?
There's a note lying on the ground.
Oh, for a second I thought you said ghost. I'm like, what the hell? She will pick it up and give it a look.
Thanks for making this interesting. In.
And
Chilbu is ritually casting Identify.
wise decision.
All right. On what?
Well, she's playing with the bag, so on the orb.
Okay. What is everyone else doing while that goes on?
Virgil's just going to help get supplies out of this cave.
All right.
I am being a sword.
All right. Bosch.
Yeah, I'm helping to collect supplies. I'll also pick up one of the gold pieces and bite it because it's something that I've seen people do, although I'm not really sure what I'm doing.
All right. It folds because it's gold and it's a soft metal.
Cool.
Why can't people just eat normal people stuff?
I don't eat the gold. I'm not. This is just. Never mind.
He spat out the blood too. You guys don't eat it, huh? Okay.
Right. So, I'm presuming that you would split this all up evenly, right?
Yes.
So, each of you go ahead and take your shares, just to have that out of the
So
way.
this is not relief money for the town? Chilbu, damn.
So if we're splitting it, like I'm assuming 4 ways.
Does Veritas get a share? I'm so confused.
I don't know if Veritas doesn't get a share, then it's 4 ways, and I did the calculations for that. But if Veritas got the share,
Veritas, what would you do? Would you like a share of the money?
Master Virgil, I would like a share of the money.
un momento.
About Silvar.
He was useless.
No, it's fine. Honestly, I owe you for saving me. And saving me again, because... Yeah, you're right. I would have died if I'd gone up against that bugbear by myself. So I owe you my life twice. And I fully plan on repaying it, but can't do that until I get back to Neverwinter.
Alright, so go ahead, finish your dialogue.
In the meantime, we gotta get these supplies to Phandalin. And then he'll continue doing what he was doing, helping.
Okay, so even shares with everybody. Copper 420.
Nice.
Nice.
Hey, in the sword, he made it 420. Silver's 280, and gold is 12.
All right. Eve, do you have anything you want to do while he's identifying?
She's just kind of like looking into the bag, making sure that there isn't anything else in there except for the note.
You look in the bag and you don't see a bottom.
Oh. She'll reach her hand towards the opening, then think better of it and be like, that's an even more terrible idea. Let's not do that. And just kind of like throw it over her shoulder and look around the cave one more time suspiciously now that a chest is materialized with goods in it.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. Chilbu, what you're holding in your hand is a drift globe.
This sucks. Chopu puts it back down.
What's wrong, Chilbu?
What?
This replicates what you can already do?
Oh, which thing? I can do quite a few things.
It might help the useless human. It makes light.
Oh, well, that's not a bad thing.
Can Chilbu see bag?
Oh, sure. Be careful though, because this doesn't seem like a normal bag. She'll hand it
Chilbu
over.
sticks his arm in it.
Ah, where are you? Wait!
You do not feel a bottom.
You know, it would have been priceless if it was a bag of devouring.
Fully, yeah, that would have been fun.
No,
Chilbu
Like,
is
I
not
would not
equipped
put
to
that
get out
past
of that
fucking
bag.
Max right now.
roll
Like,
me a
yeah, you guys
dexterity
think it's a...
saving throw.
Oh no!
I'm kidding.
Yeah, y'all think it's a bag of holding. Think I'm that nice. Time to die.
Oh, that's dangerous! You don't know what's in there!
Chilbu attempts. No, Chilbu wouldn't know about that. I guess Chilbu will just cast Identify again in the corner
Alright,
because he's curious.
it's a bag of holding.
This Chilbu, have I seen one of these before? Probably.
Actually,
Right?
yeah.
I mean, I followed around
Yeah, with,
magical people.
yeah, with the people that you hung out with before, yes, you would absolutely know what a bag of holding is.
Yeah, Chilbu's gonna flip it inside out.
You saw that Eve already did that, and that's where the note came from.
Oh, she did? Oh, okay. Never
Well,
mind.
yeah, I asked her if she wanted to empty the bag out, and she said yes.
Sorry, I was adjusting my ammo at the time.
So, what's the verdict?
I also reload just for the heck of it.
Well, I feel great, but I think you all wanted to rest.
That would be
Very
nice.
much so.
Here or in the town?
Virgil asks Sildar, how far away from town are we? We make it there before sundown?
Let's see, it's about, what, just past midday now? Yeah, we'd get to town about sunset if we left now.
Gather everything and sleep there then.
Alright, let's get going.
Eve looks reluctantly back at the cave and is hesitant.
Chilbu.
Ghost sword?
Can we have the friendship pact?
The friendship pack is still with Eve. It'll disappear in the morning.
Huh? Oh, friendship friendship will disappear in the morning.
Well, I mean, the pact will, but hopefully you still be Chilbu's friend. And Chilbu
Oh.
does talk to Veritas out loud, just for canon's sake.
Oh.
Okay.
So Eve definitely understood what I said, or heard what I said.
Yeah. Well, all right then. Unless there's anything else.
Well, did you all leave the globe on the ground?
Oh, I should ask what's happening to that drift globe.
Eve, did you decide to take it, or?
I mean, we might as well. It's not going to do us any good sitting in here. At the very least, we could sell it, maybe.
All right.
She will. Oh, did
Death ball.
Chilbu share what the bag was?
Oh, I mean, it's a bag of holding. It's okay, guys. I figured you guys knew already.
Mystery bag.
All right. Well, Eve,
Look,
after
you can put Veritas in it. He won't die.
No.
Eve will stick her
Claustrophobic.
globe in there.
Claustrophobic sword, fuck.
Come
Oh man, nightmares in the sheath then, fuck, I'm sorry.
Do you have a sheath, Nick, or do you force him to just carry you bare everywhere he goes?
He doesn't like being in the sheath, but he will bear with it as much as possible.
Okay.
He does not like being in a bag of holding.
All right.
You're definitely not gonna go in there. My fucking weapon.
And I was going to suggest if you wanted to help carry stuff, we could, like, two of us each put you on one shoulder and just string something in between us. That's probably not a good thing for a sword.
Yes, we should make up inventive ways to help our sword friend bear weight and not utilize the bag of holding that we were just granted.
I
Yeah,
can,
But
Master Virgil, if you will, I can help somewhat.
again, if you can assist, fine. Not gonna stop you.
The sword starts to transform.
Oh.
It starts to get elongated, and the metal tip goes to a point. It becomes a spear now.
Congratulations on your +1 spear, Troy.
Told you that was a metaphor. King didn't mean literal oh my. We gotta work on this, we gotta work on this.
How is this helpful? Never mind.
Oh, can you turn into any kind of weapon?
Replying into your head, Bosch, as whatever weapon my wielder wants and imagines I can become.
Oh,
Sildar
I
walks
see
back
so
into the
much potential.
He's like, oh, nice spear. And then proceeds to keep going with his day.
Can you be a boomstick?
And replying, how does one make a boomstick?
Aye. Chilbu will teach you later.
While everyone is gathering supplies and messing with stuff and talking, Eve wanders back into the room where she originally heard the voice and is looking around.
Roll a perception check.
Nope.
Nothing. No sign of anyone.
Ah, how curious. I'd have to come back here at some point. Goes about her business.
All right. If there isn't anything else, then I think we can move on to Phandalin.
Woo!
Journey. Ahoy!
Mhm.
All right. As you go back to the path and return to your cart, wares in each of them, unfortunately having to split the load between the horses, so you go a little bit slower than normal, but you do make it to Phandalin with light still present. Sun setting, you arrive in Phandalin.
Would that be considered a short rest at least, DM?
Um, Yeah, you can have a short rest.
Thank you, sir.
As you come to Phandalin down the trail, you see that it is a fairly small town. But with various rubbles and ruins on the outskirts, suggesting that it was once a much larger town than it was a long time ago, but now is... Something happened. Everyone can roll me a history check. Virgil
Even spear.
Yes, even spear. Virgil can do it with advantage.
Spear does not know anything.
All right. Everyone except Spear. Even Bosch, surprisingly. A long time ago, about 50 or so years ago, Phandalin was once a very prosperous town. A very prosperous mining town. But 50 years ago, it came under an orc attack, an orc raid, and fell. And it has been abandoned for many years since. About 2 years ago, they sent out a new wave of settlers to try and reclaim Phandalin, try and get access to the mines again. But yes, you arrive in Phandalin. I forgot to say, Nick, do you see the map? At least?
Spear does see map.
Okay, good. We'll just say that you're with Virgil. Yeah, I just need to know if you can see it.
I have a great view from up here.
Right. Sildar will inform you. If you need rooms, Stonehill Inn will have us covered. I need to report to the town master and let him know. But we can drop off these goods at Barthen's real quick. I need to point out Barthen's provisions. You guys can go on ahead to the inn. It's just down the road.
Alright.
We were actually told to report in to someone when we got here too, the speaker at the hall by the name of Harbin Wester, I believe.
Oh. Right. Oh. Then you guys the second wave?
Yes, that would be us.
Oh. Well, it's good that at least someone will be here protecting the town while I'm out. Alright, then yeah, just wait here while I talk to Barthen, and then we'll go to Town Master's Hall.
Master Virgil, we really are the spear of the second wave.
Yes, we are. Literally now.
Alright then. After a couple of minutes, Sildar will come out with this middle-aged man, kind of balding. Got that pattern baldness going on. Very simple dress, got an apron on, typical shopkeeper wear. Just like, oh, thank goodness this is all here. And wow, it's even more than I thought we would get. Thank you, Sildar. You really helped us out. And thank all of you as well. If you ever need anything, my shop is always open to you. And he will start unloading. He will start unloading the carts, and and eventually 2 helpers will come out and assist in that as well. 2 younger fellows look like they're in their late teens.
Okay.
Help him unload the wagon. Alright. Well, we should head to the Town Master's Hall and let him know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And he will take him to the Town Master's Hall. And he walks up to the door, tries to open it, and it appears to be locked. What the hell? Harbin? Harbin, why'd you lock the door? As he's now pounding loudly on the door.
It's a normal thing.
No, not normal.
Maybe he's out doing some sort of errand.
I doubt it. He doesn't do anything.
Shilbu pulls out his pistol, preparing for danger.
Have we seen anyone besides the ones at Barthen's Provisions? Are there people just walking about town, or no?
There are a few people, but you can tell that this is a fairly low-populated town. There's not that many people here, and if they are, and you imagine that most of the people here would be working some way, shape, or form. There's not a lot of trade or commerce that happen in a town like this, but there are people about, just general towns.
Okay.
Master Virgil,
Yes.
something doesn't feel right.
Well, we could try his house. It's just down the road. Maybe he's there.
Do you have anyone that works with him that would stay in this hall?
No, we don't really have much of a staff. There's not much of a staff here or anything like that. Still working on that. It's hard to get people to sign up when there's a dragon about.
True.
Yeah, but let's head to Harbin Wester's. Oh,
Sure.
Are there any windows on the Town Master Hall?
let me double check. Yeah, it's got some windows.
I'd like to try and peek in to see if there's anybody inside, or if it just looks normal.
You look inside and it is dark, but you have dark vision, so it looks empty. Like imagine looking into like an office building, and there's no lights on, there's no one working there.
There still is stuff inside this town hall, just No one's home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lights are off, nobody's home. One other thing. As you kind of walk away, you do notice that there is a job board next to the door with a couple of notices on it.
Miss Eve, do you mind if Chilbu carries the bag for now? I'd like to study it more.
Sure, go ahead if you'd like to. She hands it over.
The job board. Are there any jobs on it currently? And if so, how old do they look like they've been up there?
There are 3 jobs up there, and they look like they've been up there for probably a week or two. There's one that reads, Dwarf prospectors found ancient dwarven ruins in the mountains southwest of here and have been working on an archaeological dig seeking treasures and relics. They need to be warned that a white dragon has moved into the area. Take the warning to them, then return here for a reward. Another one says a clan of reclusive rock gnomes resides in a small network of caves in the mountains to the southeast. The gnomes of Gnome Garden are known for their magical inventions and might have something of which to defeat the dragon. Get whatever you can and bring back something useful. And you'll be paid for it. And then the last one. The local midwife and alkalite of Shantia, named Adebra Gwyn, lives by herself in a stone windmill on the side of a hill a few miles south of Phandalin. With dragon sightings becoming more common, it's not safe for her to be alone. Please make sure that she's safe and have her return to Phandalin.
Escort mission, yay!
Looks like lots to do.
Did you read those to us, or were you just reading to yourself?
It's just eyeing him, reading him to himself.
Okay.
I mean, anyone can read them. In fact, I really should. I should have a way to post these. Roll 20.
Chilbu is entranced by the idea of going to see the gnomes.
Master Virgil?
Yes.
Whichever way we shall go, I shall be with you.
So also, apropos of nothing, it's apparent on the map, but I don't know how visible it is. The house up on the hill here, would we have seen that?
Yes, you would have seen that. Do you point this out to Sylvia?
And it just looks. I'd be curious, like what's with the busted house?
Oh, that? Yeah, that was old manor from back in the day. That's where the townmaster used to live. Back when, there was like, when we had like a big town. That was like 50 years ago. It's been abandoned ever since. Hard to live in a place that's partially collapsing.
All right.
Yeah, what was it called? I think it was called something like Transcendar, I think.
Sounds fancy.
Back in the day, it was. But yes, but I assume you all head on to Harbormester's home.
Sure.
Alright.
I'll follow Sildar until thing happens, or we decide to, I guess, go to the Stonehill Inn.
Right. You arrive at Harbormaster's home. It's actually fairly simple for being the town master of the entire town. You would expect something just a little bit more gathered. But it's only slightly bigger than the rest of the houses. And Sildar goes and knocks on the door, and everyone roll me a perception check.
What now?
Oh, what?
Perception check, please.
Oh, shit.
I'm back.
Alright, perception check.
6. Oh god, you have summoned the devil. Game over. It's 12.
Diablo walks the earth. Roll initiative.
Chelbu was the devil all along.
Eve has been very distracted and has been jotting notes in her journal this whole time. Didn't even read the ads on the board or anything.
Alright, missing Veritas.
Veritas, can you roll a perception check, bro? I know you got back while you were gone when we
It's
asked.
another 6.
Oh no!
Luckily,
Actually, no, that's better. 4-6 helps.
the summoning circle has been broken and Diablo no longer walks. Luckily,
Spear boy.
Sildar heard it because he rolled a 17. And Virgil, you barely catch it. It sounded. You did hear movement coming from inside. Sarah goes, Harbin, I know you're in there. It's me, Sildar. And to which you hear, oh, Sildar? It's you? And you hear some clicking happening, and from behind the door you see this rather portly gentleman with, could be considered regal here, but probably commoner back in Neverwinter. This large gentleman with kind of like puffy cheeks and this mustache that really needs to be trimmed back. Peers out to you. It's like, oh, Sildar, it's good to see you. Why are you locked in your house? Well, there's dragons about, isn't there? Yeah. So, if I hide in my house, they shouldn't see me.
And still burn it down.
Oh no, it won't burn it down. We got a few more sightings while you were gone, Sildar. It apparently is a white dragon.
By cold.
Right. So if I stay in my nice warm house, I should be fine. But it is good to see you, old friend. Yeah. Look, we delivered the provisions, and I've got to get going back to Neverwinter before something else happens. But anyway, this is the second wave. These are the guys that will be working for you.
Master Virgil, find the spear, make sure it looks cool.
Working for him?
Yeah, he'll be the one issuing your details, so to speak. Oh, excellent. Well, I assume you were by the hall if you were looking for me. The quests on the board, those are more or less what need to be done around here the most. If you could complete those, that would help us tremendously. I will be paying you, of course.
So
We're
we're
there.
that tomorrow. Go ahead.
Oh, another thing. And he kind of, he goes back into his house and comes back out with a piece of paper. Give this to the lady at the Stonehill Inn, and she'll make sure that you stay for free. Wouldn't want our guards having to pay out of pocket to try to keep us safe.
Much obliged. So when we finish with one of the bulletins, should we just come back to your house and knock?
Yes. Or, well, I suppose I could go back to the Townmaster Hall. There is a fireplace there. Knock there first, and if I'm not there, then come here. But don't tell anyone.
Great. Riddle's going to take the paper, kind of wave in the air a little bit, and go, "Thanks for the note." Just like step off the porch and onto the road.
And thank you for your help. We just might make it with you guys.
We need to celebrate our first successful mission together, guys. Where should we go?
Well, Stonehouse, the best place in town.
Well, I guess that's where we head. Unless Boss wants to do something special.
I'm new here. I don't know. I missed what's to. I mean, anything else to do in Gandolin? Just go to the bar.
Well, we're a mining town, so if you're not mining, you're drinking. Although we do have a few shops. A few adventurers come and go sometimes. So Lion Shield Coaster has has set up just down the road there. They can sell you weapons and arms. If you are interested in mining, you could go do the mining exchange. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to do around here.
Chobu will quickly stop by and buy more bullets, if that's possible. Apparently, I need many, many bullets to hit my foes.
Make a Gatling gun. Eventually you'll hit.
Hey.
You're cool with just the 5 silvers a bullet, or like the 10 for 2 gold, or whatever it is.
One more time.
You're good with the 10 bullets for 2 gold, or the normal rate. The 2 silvers a bullet.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. Yeah, he'll buy 20 if he can, if they have it.
So, you see this this woman running the arms shop. It's like, it's an odd request. We don't really get that much around here. Unfortunately, I only have 10 bullets on hand right now.
Oh. 10 bullets it is.
But I'll work on getting some made for you if you plan on sticking around.
Guys, do we plan on sticking around?
Still stuff to do.
Look at it this way, this is our headquarters now.
Yeah, this is where we work, so I guess it's our home for the meantime.
I am proudly on display.
Huh. That's good to hear.
It's much
Boss is a
appreciated. Then.
coward.
I will go ahead and buy the 10 you have now, and order the commission some more, I guess. Let me know when they're done.
Alright, I'll let you know. So just to be clear, you're purchasing future orders, right?
Yes.
How much are you commissioning?
I will probably commission 60 more bullets then.
Oh, wow. That's quite the order.
I mean, forever, right? You guys said this is new home.
This isn't forever, this is just for now. And for now can be a long time.
Or a short time.
So
You might need 60 bullets.
Chilbu's confused.
What about the globe thingy? We want to try to sell that.
Ah, the drift globe. That's not a bad idea. Eve will pull the drift globe out of. Oh wait, no, she doesn't have the bag anymore.
Chilbu will pull the drift globe out of the bag of holding and hand it to Eve.
Oh, I thank you, Jilbu. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
Are you interested in buying as well as selling?
Well, that depends. What do you have?
She will hold up the drift globe. We came across this fine magical artifact recently.
Oh, can I see it?
Of course.
And she will kind of examine it. It's one of them there drift globes, I think. I can give you 30 gold for it.
What do you think, fellas? Should we sell it, or do you think it might come in handy later?
Master Virgil.
Oh, I will not sell you.
I have bad memories of bartering.
Now he's going to reply in his head. Barrett tried to sell you.
The sword goes silent.
Whoa.
Virgil says nothing. He's just wondering now why.
Eve kind of tilts her head a little bit, looks at everyone, and then looks back at the shopkeep and is like,
Well, sure, why not?
It's your item, Eve. You can do it with what you wish.
Oh, I mean, it's all of ours. It's the communal drift globe.
Absolutely
30.
useless.
It's real pretty, but I don't know what it does.
Makes light. I mean, I can make light with my spells if we need it, but I suppose this one makes a lot more of it.
Yes, it can make a lot more light. Here, let's see. And she'll kind of tap it just a bit, and it lights up, but then she taps it again, and it gets way brighter as the drift globe casts daylight.
Whoa.
Well, there is that.
Virgil, make me a con save.
Teen.
You wince a little bit.
Oh yeah, my eyes are pretty much like squinted where it's like barely seeing anything. Shield is drawn up a little bit.
I don't think Chilbu noticed the
Very
wince.
impressive.
can I check and see if Eve notices this either?
Sure. For that, I'd actually say an insight check.
Oh, okay.
Chilbu's insight is lower. What the hell? Yeah, that makes sense.
Master Virgil.
Fine, I wasn't expecting something that bright. That's all.
The one you called Barrett. He did not sell me.
It's good to know.
It does get confusing over the years. My memory's still hazy.
Right. Well then. If you're parting with this, here's your 30 gold. This will be helpful for those in the mine.
Well, of course, I'm sure it'll do them a lot more good than it would do us. She'll take the gold and... Alright, shall we split this?
It was yours. You can have it.
Oh.
Choba will leave 14 gold on the counter for his current and future bullets.
Alright.
Well, if anyone else has things to do, you can find me at the end. I need a good night's rest.
See
That's a
you
fine
guys.
I
Virgil's gonna head towards the inn.
Spear is with him, so goodbye, guys.
After completing her purchase, Eve will shrug and follow.
I guess there's not a lot else to do, so let's go to the bar.
Chobu flits up and lands on Bosch's shoulder.
Okay.
To the bar!
Not even ask for consent, jeez.
I want to hear nothing from you, Mr. Licky Licky.
Hey, I was trying to get some HP back, man. So we have confirmed that like everyone saw that, right? The goblin.
You licked
That-
goblin blood off of your sword?
Oh, like
Master Virgil, please no.
Everyone saw you eat the first goblin, yeah.
everyone saw me eat the first one. Like you were right in front of, you were right behind me when I did it, Bosch.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone rolled good enough perceptions to see it.
He's just politely not bringing it up at the moment.
It's kind of weird, but whatever.
Taking strange notes about adventurers eating weird shit.
You guys
Not
can
the
explore
most
more of the
overly
town. I'm just
judgmental.
fucking hurt right now.
Oh, we took a short rest, Troy.
Right.
That's okay. That can help a little bit.
Oh yeah, you must have still been gone when I said that. Yes, you guys did get a short rest. Although you're probably about to take a long rest now.
Yeah.
Well, we specifically asked the person in charge of this town if there was interesting stuff to do, and he told us no. You go to
He
the
told us to
mine or
drink.
drink.
Yeah. Which is why we're heading to the bar.
Yeah.
I'll roll my hit die anyway, just in case we get into a bar fight. You never know.
It's a mine town. There's not a lot to do. But yes,
Okay.
you go to Stonehill Inn. It's the sun is mostly gone at this point, and as a result, you can see that there is a fair number of people in the bar, in place. You see a dragonborn behind the bar. He is a silvered scaled dragonborn. Kind of got the bartender get up going on, green shirt, apron, and it's just pouring out some drinks for some of the local miners. And looking around, the place is rather packed, but luckily for you, there is a table opened for 4.
They walk in, Eve turns to everyone and is like, do you fellas want a round of drinks?
Sounds pretty good.
Some food or anything?
Master Virgil,
Adventurers.
can I take a seat?
Virgil will place the sword leaning on a chair.
It's a spear right now, but yes.
Yeah, the spear. Yeah.
We must celebrate our victory, and Chobu will fully flutter over and land standing in the chair that is leaning on, that our buddy Veritas is leaning on. We can share one.
All right. The
So what do you fellas want to drink? I'll grab us around.
Alcohol.
Can you
Alright,
pour
that's something
something
good.
on me?
I mean, everybody has their kink.
Is he talking to Virgil or?
I figured
To
he was
the
talking
person-
to me since I'm sitting on the same chair with him.
Yeah.
But he might be talking to Virgil.
Well, Virgil, you're going up to rest, right?
Yeah. I'm going to sleep.
Are you not joining us?
Yeah.
I've had my fill for the day. I need to rest, otherwise I'm useless.
Oh, fair enough. Well, we'll reconvene tomorrow, I suppose. Hope you get a good night's rest.
Can you pour some alcohol on me? Asking and then with a please at the end to Eve.
Interesting. Can't say I've ever met a weapon that was a drinker before, but whatever floats your boat, I suppose. You earned it just like the rest of us.
Yes, we were all equally useful.
Of course.
Yeah. Y'all did stuff.
I agree.
We'll go up to the bar and peek over the counter at the Dragonborn.
Hello, sir.
oh, hey there. What can I get you?
Hey, can we get a round of your... What's your most popular drink here?
Ale.
Alright. Can I get 3 ales for my friends over there?
Oh yeah, sure. And then as he looks over there, and then looks back to you, and looks back to you. Oh, you guys are the ones that helped out Barthen.
Oh, yes, that would be us.
Well then, the round's on the house.
Can you make it 4?
Is he saying that to Eve
Yeah,
or the bar?
to Eve.
That'd be great. The bartender, like, what? Good on.
Eve says back in her head, "Is that a thing you can do?"
Oh, don't worry, I'm not having one myself.
Ah.
Oh,
Alright, I'll get your ales right away.
Thank you kindly.
And he
Miss
will-
Eve. When you return, let's share stories.
Eve has been looking very distracted this whole time, ever since the mysterious voice in the cave. But all of a sudden, her eyes light up again with interest, and she's like,
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
I'm certainly down for sharing stories, but I'm not sure if that was out loud.
It's never out loud, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I don't think that Eve, you don't talk to Veritas out loud, do you?
Not when there are people around who are not aware that we have a talking sword / spear.
Yes.
If it's us,
Yes.
she will talk aloud, but if it's in the middle of a bar, probably not. Don't want to look too crazy.
So it was the awkward moment at the table. Bosch will be like, that broomstick thingy seems kind of expensive. But it's loud, I guess.
Makes Shobu look cool.
Uh-huh.
Eve passes
But,
out the drink, awkwardly pours a little bit onto the spear.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. So,
Max, do I need to make a con save?
Not for 1 ale. You're fine.
Okay.
Does Chilbu?
Really want to fuck up the spear. Just come in a like base and just soak them into it.
Nah, you're still good. You're good on 1 as well.
Okay.
Bosch, can you make a con save?
Sure. Like a champ.
Yeah, I was asking to be a shit. So I presume that you enjoy a night of celebration, that you've made it to Phandalin with your lives and the provisions.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything anyone would like to do, or
Story time.
Yeah, story time. I was gonna ask people about magic too, but if we're doing story time, totally for it.
Yeah. If Chilbu is kind of tipsy, he's probably gonna want to go upstairs and tinker. He's probably not gonna want a story time. Sorry, guys.
oh wait, Chilbu, where are you going? We're just about to chat.
Must learn secrets of the bag.
Well, we already know what it does. don't we?
Chilbu's gone.
Ah,
Eve looks genuinely disappointed.
man, I was so
Oh,
curious to
friendship
hear about
pact,
where
shit.
he's from.
So much for his friendship pact.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. Can I summon him?
Ooh.
Please say she can. Please.
Says to use an action. I don't know if it specifies whose action.
I'm sorry, one more
God.
time. One more time, I was getting something set up.
Friendship pact.
Eve summon Chilbu.
It requires an action. I don't know whose action it requires.
To do what?
for Chilbu to be teleported to Eve.
Oh, it's your action, Chilbu.
It has to be my action. She can't use her action to do it. Okay. That's good for my privacy.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I can double.
Well, I mean, that's how it's worded. I'm asking Mr. Max how he wants it to work in his world.
You do say that, and I do love being a shit. Roll me a. You're a charisma caster. Roll me a charisma check, and add your proficiency bonus.
Moi? Or
Yes, you.
Choo?
Yes, I am an intelligence caster.
That would just be amazing. Like, no, you're fucking staying.
I'm so sorry. What was that again that I'm rolling?
A charisma check with your proficiency bonus.
That's plus another 2 for proficiency. Well,
Unfortunately, you are not able to draw on the power of the pact to make it come to you.
she screws up her face and looks very focused for a second, and then waves a hand at the chair that Chobu vanished from. Is like, up here! Nope, it's not working. Guess we'll have to wait till tomorrow to hear the story.
Yeah. That's usually what happens when I try to do magic.
Well, we don't have Jingu, but we have the three of us. We're all interesting people. So,
She looks at Bosch curiously.
tell me, Mr. Bosch, where do you hail from and how'd you wind up here of all places?
Well, kind of from the forest. And, I don't know, things are kind of foggy. I don't always remember real well. Yeah, I don't know. Grew up in the forest. Have, good friends there. It's where my mom lives too. Yeah, I kind of wander around. And, I don't know, with this I saw a poster and looked like people needed help, so I went up to Lord Guy but I wanted to help.
That was right
I'm
kind of
not
you.
great at telling stories either.
No, that's a fine story. Do you know what forest you came from?
Yeah, near Neverwinter. That one.
Bosch, you said that you've tried to cast magic?
Oh yeah. The magic's really neat. I can do some, and I will wave a little bit, and the spectral hand will hold up my tankard.
Ah,
People applaud a little bit.
Oh,
Fancy.
oh, thanks. Yeah, maybe. You two are both real magic people. Maybe you can teach me stuff.
that reminds me of a story.
Uh huh.
A story. One talking about a blade that had many different forms. Apparently, said blade was created by a powerful archmage, one who specialized in alteration. The blade could change into whatever the wielder desired. That story just kind of popped in my head when we started talking about magic.
Is that a story about you?
I don't remember. It's similar to you, Bosch. Fogginess.
Huh.
I get mixed up between people. My wielders. Feels like many, many years have gone by. And if the sword could, or if the spear could look like stern, it would.
Was this in Bosch's head?
Yes.
Oof.
And just for posterity's sake, Veritas would retell the story. The blade of many forms, said to be created by an archmage who used alteration magic, very powerful kind, to change the blade into whatever the wielder desired.
Huh.
Said it in a
Interesting.
more spiced up, like, made it sound more epic.
Fascinating. Who was this archmage then?
I don't know.
Got some gaps in your memory as well, then.
Yes,
Interesting.
I do.
It's a struggle. I try to live in the moment, but I don't know. It could be hard.
Miss Eve, you've
Yes.
witnessed that creature, knowing that it was from another realm.
Ah, that's right. My goodness, that is a fascinating turn of events. I'm rather sad that we had to leave without investigating further.
What about your story? Do you have any?
Oh, me? Well, I'm not that interesting personally, but I grew up in Waterdeep. Lovely city that, a ways south of Neverwinter. I wound up in Neverwinter because I was pursuing some goals of mine. And I saw that flyer and, well, one of my goals is to become more survivable. Increase my combat capabilities in hostile territory. And this seemed like a pretty good opportunity. What better place to get better at fighting than a rough and tumble frontier town that's in need of help?
Understandable.
And then I met all you interesting folks. Couldn't be happier with my decisions, really.
Can you pour some more beer on me? Or ale?
Ah, right, of course.
And she'll pour some more and, like, kind of glance over her shoulder towards, like, the other patrons to make sure no one is watching.
Roll a stealth check.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
You are getting some really weird looks, just like until eventually one of them types in, just like, that's perfectly good ale, right? If you don't want some, I'll take it.
Listen, my fine sir. This is a very important cultural ritual for my people and our weapons, so,
That's
it's
stuff.
good news.
Roll a deception check. Oh, sorry. It's just a shame to see the ale go to waste like that.
Oh, this isn't a waste. It's a celebration of a victorious battle.
Yeah, matter of perspective, I guess. I'll leave you to your whatever, and he'll go back to drinking.
He nods towards him and then looks back at Veritas like,
How's the ale?
in her head.
Now
It is
Veritas,
satisfying.
roll a con save.
Ooh.
Whoop.
Veritas, you are drunk.
Oh.
And for my information, do we see does the ale absorb into the blade, or does it just kind of run off?
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
While there is a trickle that does reach the floor, it's not as much as what's being poured on.
Whoa.
Oh, too much.
I'm like here right now.
You sure are.
Oh dear.
It's like far out.
Oh boy. Well, if there was
Who
ever
even am I? Who are we?
He's a philosophical drunk, apparently.
I guess. This your first time having ale?
Oh. You're a tall boss.
Uh-huh. I mean, you're a spear. If you're pointing up, you're pretty tall, too.
That's far out.
Uh-huh. But let me blow your mind. If I lay you down, you're really, really short.
Whoa.
This goes on for some time. But eventually you do make your ways to your beds, and a long
Could
rest
you
will occur.
pick me up? I don't want to. Oh. As he, like, falls asleep.
There now, Mr. Veritas. He will pick up the large spear and take it up and knock on Virgil's door.
What is it?
Sorry to disturb you, Virgil, but I believe this is yours. Wouldn't want to leave your weaponless in the night.
And holds out the sleeping spear.
Question, Veritas. Are you transmitting that?
Let me see. No.
No. Alright.
I will say that the spear has gotten softer since picking it up.
Okay.
How peculiar.
Mm.
Sort of droops a little bit in your hand.
There it is.
Fuck.
Dear God.
Not even RP.
Hurriedly hands it out, like shoves it at Virgil.
Thanks. And he just stares. As there's a little bit of a bend with this weapon now. He's like,
Oh, he might have had a little bit too much to drink.
drank. You. Ha. Just gonna go to bed. I'm going to bed. You in the morning, and he just closes the door. That's the spear, if you can call it that now. It's a wet noodle. Next is bed and collapses into it. Before going off to sleep, he just like looks at the spear like, "What?" Okay. Questions in the morning for sure. He's going to attempt to go back to sleep.
Well, alright then. Unless something else happens, I believe you all take a nice long rest. And level up to level 2.
All right.
Nice.
Alrighty then. And before we call it, I'd like to know which one you are choosing to go after, so that I can properly prepare.
Alright, we know Cholu wants the...
Am I
He wants magic
both
stuff.
Chilbu and Tolu at the same time now?
Yeah, I'm like, fuck. I'm trying to, like, not fuck up your names now.
Happens.
I mean,
Uh,
I understand that my mission is probably the lowest priority, considering that the other is saving lives and mine is just getting a
whatever
weapon.
your mission is to kill a dragon, have a weapon. That's pretty high priority. So, that's one for the gnomes. So, how I wrote it down was, you just gotta go warn some dwarves about a dragon. Obviously, it's not that simple, but it's a warning, so we just go there, say, hey, there's a dragon, go with whatever we come across. Hopefully it's not too terrible, and back to town. Hardest one, I think, is going to be the midwife.
Why do you say that?
It sounded like she was far out of town.
Okay.
Well,
That's gorgeous.
out of all three missions, she's actually the one that's closest to town. Because she's still considered a part of Phandalin, it's just that she's very separated from it. But still a part of Phandalin.
Okay. Then I would guess the gnomes is the furthest away then.